So it was very frustrating at first, because you're still trying to find the place. You're also trying to find yourself. There's a lot of information. You must do this, do that. You're a first year, and the next thing you hear, seniors saying this and that. The cost chows. The word cost chows, I think I had it more than like it is so bad that even when you fail, you are so comfortable in failing because it's like, but this is what we've been told.
People are gonna comfort you. Hey, you are doing maths. Oh, maths 130 is gonna be. And then when you get 40, you're like, it is supposed to give me troubles anyways. Wrong.
So at some point I was even afraid to tell people what I'm doing, because someone asks you, which course are you doing? And you're like, you're doing maths. They're like, yo, Chief, you're gonna be here for years, and not for 4 years, for years. So
don't know anyone who graduated on time for that one.
Okay, this is it. This is the Student Plug, where we actually talk everything student support and development. I was about to say Kabaribe Baba, fire! Because as you speak,
I think that's caused by, when you're from home, your parents will just tell you, "Home varsity, shouldn't do anything else. Buga fail, so that's
100%. You can really excel. Everyone can do it. It's not about how smart you are. Get the right plans in place, and there's no reason why you shouldn't give record time, finish your course.
Coming from culture shock, I think earlier on we spoke a little bit about culture shock. What were some of your university shocks that when you came in, you're like, boom, oh, wow, I didn't know this, or wow, this is different from where I come from, or this is different. What were those for you?
Hate, man. The place itself. I think the place itself, man, it was too big in my eyes. I was wondering, what the hell? So where do we attend lectures? Because you get there, you see, there's a cafeteria. People are eating. There is just someone there performing a song. You start to think, what the hell is going on? Why is this environment not conducive? Like, why is it not a learning environment? That's the thing that used to frustrate me, man. Like the first weeks, I'll get there and people are playing loud music there. There is this bank promoting whatever. There is that. I used to think, who allowed these guys to do all these things here? We are supposed to be having lectures and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I kind of adapted to that, and I want to just give an advice to students. If possible, let those things shock you, because they will keep you away from them. So there's a place that we call Quad at Devon campus of Westview campus of UKZN. So you will find people sitting there all the time. So if you're not careful, you might wake up, you think you're going to lectures, you find your friend. You sit there at the Quad, next thing you miss 3 lectures, and then you're like, the day's over. And then you sit there for the rest of the day. So that's one place that used to frustrate me. It's a big place, and there's always people here. Why are these guys not in there? Why are they not attending? Try by all means not to bunk your lectures, man. Especially as a first year, I wouldn't suggest that you bunk your lectures, and anything that will lead you to bunking lectures, keep that away from you. So, man, for me, on top of the list is just the setup of the place itself. I was like, yo, this is big. I thought we were going to a school, you know. This is big, and on the very first day, I'm not even registered yet. People are having fun. What the hell? You know, people are already promoting, you know, they were promoting whatever, they were giving away USBs. It's already nice, and I'm not even like registered yet, you know. So it was just the setup of the place, the vibe that I did not really get. What is the vibe doing in a space that is supposed to be for education? But I quickly adjusted to that. As I said, man, you know, the university is just diversity in unity. So everything is there, literally there. You just need to know what you want and what you want to do, because everything is there. Everything that you're looking for is there. If you want a guy that sells drugs, trust me, you'll find one. If you want a guy that sells 1, 2, and 3, trust me, you'll find one. If you want to make those type of friends, you will find them. And if you want people who are serious about them, you will find them as well. So you choose.
You know, it's wow. Because I remember when I was doing my first year, actually the first week, I think I got lost the entire week. I didn't know where my lecture was. Literally, you know, I didn't know where the lectures were. You ask, you know, because the place was very huge, you know, and it was the first time like navigating in such a very huge place. And I'm like, guys, where am I? What is this place? And like you're saying that everyone is just, you see people chilling, smoking, happily, whatever. And you're just like, you are carrying a very big bag. You know, and
that happens to everybody, man.
Yeah. And you know, the irony for me was that
I remember, just to add on the issue of getting lost on the first week, I went to a building. They told me, oh, this is admin building. We do not do lectures here.
Yeah.
We are only concerned, and the lady was nice to me, that she was explaining this. We are only concerned about administrative issues, as if I knew what administrative issues mean. Here, we are only dealing with administrative issues. So find someone to get you to L block, because from here, from my office, I'm not gonna go out and tell you where L block is.
Imagine, you know?
Yeah, man.
For me, the irony was, like you say that, you know, that was frustrating you to be like, everything is happening at once. For me, you know, I don't know if you know of those American Pie movies.
Yeah.
Those movies gave me a very wrong impression of what university was, you know, because I think I stumbled across those movies. Those movies, you know, I think before I came. And in my mind, I was thinking that university is this place where you're just going to have fun, you know, like you're just going to have girls, you know, like you're just going to be like, everything is just going to be so nice, you know. And you know, when you come this side, you know, I was staying at Res. So at Res, they have this initiation things, you know, like Res initiation and everything like that. You know, so they will be throwing parties, making you guys sing and all of those type of things. And when I saw those things, I was like, yeah, this is university. This is how it is, you know. You know, until first week, you know, now classes, and I'm in class, everything's moving so fast. Like this guy just comes, and now like next thing is like chapters are moving, you know, the work is accumulating, and the next thing we're writing a test. I'm like, hey man, what's happening here? Like now I'm literally lost, you know. So it was very frustrating at first. because you're still trying to find the place. You're also trying to find yourself. There's a lot of information. You must do this, do that. You're a first year, and the next thing you hear, seniors saying this and that. Cost chows. The word cost chows, I think I had it more than, like it is so bad that even when you fail, you are so comfortable in failing because it's like, but this is what we've been told.
People are gonna comfort you. Hey, you are doing maths. Oh, maths 130 is gonna be nice. And then when you get 40, you're like, it is supposed to give me troubles anyways. Wrong.
So what do we say to first years in terms of mindset? Because I think for the first time they find themselves in a place which is new, whereby now they are also seeking for information. They're also trying to, so now in the midst of everything, they hear a lot of stories, cost chows, this and this and this. And that thing can actually go to their mentality to a point whereby at some point I was even afraid to tell people what I'm doing, because someone asks you, which course are you doing? And you're like, you're doing maths. They're like, yo, chief, you're going to be here for years, and not for 4 years, for years. So
you know anyone who graduated on time for that one.
So what do we say to first years, Dr. Mthethwa, in terms of their mentality, in terms of guarding their minds and protecting their minds and shielding themselves from all these negative energies? From these negative energies and negative thoughts and these negative sayings that they're gonna encounter.
Yeah, man. First and foremost, people are gonna tell you, they're gonna project their experiences on you, their own experiences on you. Even if you are doing, say, biology, and then you get someone who's doing third year or something, a senior student or in biology, they will just tell you, oh, you see that module, that one is difficult. They are basically projecting their experience on you. So do not really listen to what other people are saying, because there are a lot of rumors. Mahudu, if I find topology difficult, and then I'll tell you, and then you tell another person, but that spread of rumors is based on my experience with topology. So when people are saying the course is gonna chow you, oh, you're doing maths, oh, no one is graduating there. There is Professor so and so, he makes sure students are not graduating. That's because someone had an experience with that Professor so and so, started telling their friends told their friends, and then the entire thing is just a rumor that is spread, so as a first year, what you need to understand is that there will always be these rumors about the degree that you do. Oh, you're doing mathematics, you're doing external science, nobody graduates there. Oh, you are doing this, oh. No way, no. That's just people, maybe that's just someone spreading rumors that they had, So just never focus on those. Personally, I never focused on such things. I mean, when I was a first year, I remember Putjablan was a graduate in accounting, and I can't remember another major, but he was doing accounting. An accounting person was giving me lessons about the maths degree. The maths degree that he did not do. Last week, he was giving me all these lessons. Oh, after math 130, you're gonna encounter some problems in math 212. I'm like, did you do any of these? He's like, no, but it's known. I'm like, it remains a rumor then. So just treat such things as just rumors or personal experience of just one person that was spread around. It's very, very easy to spread lies. It's very easy to spread lies. And the truth is, just neglect all those things. You can listen to them for fun and laugh about it, but that has got nothing to do with you. If someone was chowed by calculus, hey, that was them. You are a different kind of a person. Just tell yourself that you are here to chow the calculus, not the other way around. So that should keep you going actually throughout. I remember when I was doing second year, Ben, there was this guy who was repeating the second year, and he gave us a lesson of the linear algebra, how this linear algebra is gonna hurt us. He says, oh, you guys made it in first year. You think you are smart now. Let me just tell you because nobody told me this, let me tell you what's gonna happen. You're gonna pass test 1, fail test 2, fail test 3, and then fail the exam. All that. What the hell is he talking about? He's talking about himself. That's what happened to him in the previous. And I remember this guy used to really pick on me. I don't know, for some reason. I don't know, maybe someone told him about me. He wanted to see my test 1. He said, okay, what do you have there? What did you get? I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you. He went to, those days they would just post the results and put it on the notice board just outside our school. So if someone knew your student number, they know your marks.
Yeah.
So comes back to me, says, oh, I see. I saw yesterday that you actually nailed test 1, but that is normal. Everybody nails test 1. We're gonna see in test 2. So this guy was just now projecting all his experience on me and actually and the rest of the class that he was talking to. So man, those things are just rumors. I don't remember failing a second year test, especially that module. That module, linear algebra, was, I think, it's kind of what I like, pure mathematics. It was just natural to me. And he was projecting all these things. And I saw him failing test 2, by the way. I was like, oh, here we go. This is where he fails and stuff like that. So he was just projecting him on me. That you're just gonna be careful of that. So to first year students, never let anyone project their experience especially with the course. The modules that you are doing, the course structure. Don't let anyone tell you, oh, you're gonna fail, you're gonna pass this and that, you're gonna fail that. This one, you're not gonna make it there. Nobody makes it there. Only the elite makes it there. No. Don't listen to those guys. I mean, I was told that real analysis, oh, you are doing pure maths, real analysis is gonna kill you. It turned out that I wasn't even finding it difficult, So don't let people project their feelings or their experience on you. You are a different kind of an individual. You're not them.
Man, mindset is everything. I usually say that if you already have a certain attitude towards course, it's gonna move you, because you already have this attitude towards it. You already have whatever thoughts that I'm gonna get chowed, I'm gonna fail, and everything like that. Unfortunately, there are a lot of this negative talks and everything like that, to a point that people, without being conscious about it, they end up being negative themselves, and now they approach the course with so much negativity. You spoke earlier about one of the issues that you had to juggle around when you got into the university space was the workload. And the workload, it's one of the questions that I get all of the time, to be like, people can't seem to manage their time because of the workload is too much. The next thing, you have a test, you have an assignment, you have lectures to catch up on and everything like that. So workload remains to be an issue. And especially I think when you come from high school to varsity, obviously there is a change, even the workload starts to change. Now for first years, I think for seniors, somehow when you go along the years, you start to master maybe this thing of how to actually go about it and everything like that. You start have some strategies and everything like that. Now for first years, how should they draw their strategies around the workload? How should they really go about it, when they come into the space?
This is the golden formula. Triple the effort that you had in high school. That's the first thing that you do. If you studied 2 hours nyana before you sleep, triple that. Entirely the effort that you had in high school for you to get those good grades that allowed you to go to UKZN, to go to UCT, to go to VETS. Triple that effort. Because why I'm saying that? The rate at which you're going to be moving is going to be triple as well. As I said earlier, that the stuff that you learn in matric for maths, that could be covered in 6 months. I mean, in 6 weeks even at a university level. So if you come with that pace and we are going at this speed, we're going to have a problem. So try to triple the effort. Secondly, it goes to time management, right? When you see things like you should spend 40 hours per week on your books, that excludes lectures, that excludes you sitting there attending lectures. When they say 40 hours on your book, it means you sitting with your books, and that is just a minimum, So at university, we don't sleep, man. If you were sleeping 8 hours a week, a day and things like that, you might want to readjust those times, the sleeping times. We don't sleep here. We sleep after we chart the course. So when you graduate, you can go back to your sleeping. So, man, it's just the structure. I'm not trying to, make the students, anxious. But it's just the way it is. You need to triple your effort. When it comes to time, you spend more time on your books. If it says 40 hours a week, that is a minimum. I repeat, that is just a minimum number of hours that you spend on your books. You and your books, nobody else, So if you can go with that, I think minimally you have what it takes to make it through. That's just thing number one, especially for first years. When you go to second year, you will master the art. You start to see that, I need to treat this module this way. This is a practical module. I need to treat it that way. This is a theory module. I need to treat it this way. But as just a general formula, more time on your books, more time on your books. And the effort that you had in high school, triple that. You if you're really serious about making it, you need to triple the effort.
Yeah. No, obviously I think, I think in first year, one of the things is that you start to do in some cases you do many courses,
Yeah.
And the courses themselves are very much demanding, and each course expect you to be performing almost at the same level as the other courses, which I think then time management becomes an issue. And also, like you're saying that now you start to spend more time on your books and actually making time and everything like that. And this results in students sometimes sleeping less, of course, which is also something that I also find to now hit them as they go along, because I believe that sleep is also very much important, especially for studying, for the brain and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I would say that, I think from what you're saying is that, try to, what I always tell first years is that delete everything that you used to be from high school. Take everything like you're studying from grade R. Like now you're in a new space, new environment, and you also need to start to come up with strategies. In high school, you'd study without a strategy. You just study, because, you are born like that. Now, this environment is different. You need to balance things out and everything like that. And that's when now coming up with a strategy is very much important. And that is something which is everyone needs to, my strategy might not work for the next person. The next person's strategy might not work for the person. So one needs to find themselves in that space whereby they are now, okay, here we are. So now how do I come up with a strategy that will actually work for me? So I think strategy is very, 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 very crucial in this regard.
Very, 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 very crucial, man. I remember advising my friend. Actually, we were still doing the first year, and he would ask me, how are you nailing these calls, man? There's no way that you can nail everything. How are you nailing? You're nailing stats, you're nailing maths, you're nailing that. Basically, he was saying that he was passing, maths, but when it comes to other things, he couldn't get the proper or the grades that he wanted. And then I remember telling him this one thing, and then he said, "I've already tried that; it's not working." And